So I do this every time I travel now, before I go to get on a plane and go through the TSA agents. And this is what it looks like. Because I will find my keys or I will find my ID when I do that. So I always do that. Anybody want to do it with me? Come on. Something that has to happen is you have to participate with me today. Because in order for us to have a good presentation this morning, you have to have some buy-in. So I want someone to do the airport of Macarena with me, and I was thinking that probably Pam would want to do it. So Pam, it looks a little bit like this. If you'll stand right here with me. We're going to start with the key part, okay?
Keys?
Yep.
Here?
So you reach for the keys, like this, okay? You got the squatting is very important. So you squat, reach for the keys.
Okay.
You don't find them there, you reach back here, okay? You don't find them there, you do this. Okay, so ready? We're going to do it all in session. Keys. There you go, good. Thank you. So let's get started. A little bit about me. You heard the bio, but let's go beyond that. I work for a company called Performance Food Group based out of Gainesville. And Performance Food Group is the third largest food distributor in the U.S. And we distribute product, at least out of my location, to Outback, Carrabba's, TGI Fridays, Bonefish Grill, Cracker Barrel, Wendy's, Joe's Crab Shack, and I'm missing some there. But I bet you've eaten in some of those restaurants. Would you agree? All right. So we have about almost 11,000 employees nationwide now, and we distribute to 20 different countries. When Roy asked me to come and present to your group, he gave me full authority to decide what I wanted to talk about. So as I reflected, if you will, on what I wanted to talk about, I started seeing some patterns that we have, at least in our organization. So I thought, you know what? They're probably systemic in other organizations as well, depending on the size. Does not matter, small or large. We all have these exact same issues that we're going to talk about today. I am not a motivational speaker. I am an informational speaker, which means I'm going to give you some information. So when I say, write this down, I want you to write it down. Because if you will at least write down a few things that I say and at least commit them to memory by writing them down, you'll have some good nuggets of information you can turn around and use in your organization. So this is one of our trucks. And this truck is a 53-foot Freightliner. And we have in our fleet about 3,000 trucks. As I started thinking about this leadership presentation, I thought, you know what? Our drivers have blind spots as well. And if you look at that truck, the blind spots could be for a driver what? What could a blind spot be? Anybody been a driver in here before? Anybody have their CDL? Tell me what a blind spot could be on a truck.
Right beside you.
Yeah, right beside you. Where else? Directly behind you. What else? Right in front of you. There we go. We have just described our normal leadership life. We have people beside us, we have people behind us, and we have people in front of us. Do we not? Do we not? So, as you think about the driver's life, our drivers spend about a third of their time driving, a third of their time delivering, and a third of the time in that sleeper. And they work as teams and deliver these products to this company that we just talked about. So let's move on. John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. I totally disagree with him, and he lets me. We had this conversation when I was in Orlando about 9 weeks ago, I guess it was. I say that leadership is influence. I agree with that. However, leadership is influence providing you have somebody to have a relationship with. I say leadership is relational, because without the relationship, you have no one to influence. Can we agree to that? Let's write that down. Leadership is relationships plus influence. Once you build the relationship, then you have the